Hello everyone. Today, I'm going to walk you through one of the most important processes on Earth, the oxygen cycle. This cycle keeps our air breathable and supports almost all life on the planet. As you can see in the infographic, the oxygen cycle shows how oxygen constantly moves between four major reservoirs: the atmosphere, biosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. Oxygen makes up about 21% of our atmosphere, but it doesn't stay still. It is continuously produced and consumed through natural processes. Let's look at the big circular flow in the center. The cycle is driven by two major opposing processes: production of oxygen and consumption of oxygen. First, the most important oxygen source is photosynthesis. Plants, trees, algae, and especially phytoplankton in the oceans use sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water to produce glucose and release oxygen as a byproduct. The chemical equation is this. Fun fact that oceans and phytoplankton actually produce 50 to 80% of all the oxygen we breathe. Another small but interesting source is photolysis, where ultraviolet light from the sun splits water vapor molecules high up in the atmosphere, releasing oxygen. On the other side, oxygen is consumed through several processes. Respiration. All animals, humans, and plants at night take in oxygen and release carbon dioxide. Decomposition. Bacteria and fungi break down dead organic matter, using oxygen in the process. Oxidation and weathering. Oxygen reacts with rocks and minerals in the soil and Earth's crust. Combustion. Forest fires, and more importantly, the burning of fossil fuels by humans also consume large amounts of oxygen. You'll notice a small section highlighting human activities. Deforestation reduces oxygen production, while burning fossil fuels increases oxygen consumption and carbon dioxide levels. This can slowly disrupt the natural balance of the cycle. To summarize the important points shown in the infographic, the atmosphere contains about 21% oxygen. The oceans are the biggest oxygen factory on Earth. The oxygen cycle is beautifully balanced between photosynthesis and respiration. Maintaining healthy forests and oceans is crucial for keeping this cycle stable. The oxygen cycle is a perfect example of how interconnected Earth's systems are. What happens in the forests and oceans directly affects the air we breathe every day. Thank you for watching. It is also our pleasure to introduce you with our newly developing indie game.